Good morning, friends, new friends, Mr. Renzo, the one and only Giuseppe. I'm not in the program because I'm also not going to open that meeting. The meeting is going to be opened by Marianne Legato in a minute, but I thought, and she will introduce our special guest speaker, Professor Cechanova. But then I thought, well, who's going to introduce Marianne to those who don't know her personally? So I took the liberty and told her yesterday. I even wasn't polite enough to ask, but I told her that I'm going to introduce her. So if I may have the first slide, please. For me, specifically, to introduce Marianne is not only a great honor and a great pleasure, it's a great, great pleasure. And I will tell you immediately why. Marianne is MD PhD. She's regarded today the world pioneer of gender and sex-conscious medicine worldwide. She has been at the cradle of many institutions, of associations who deal with this topic worldwide. She's a New York cardiologist, emerita professor of clinical medicine at Columbia and adjunct professor at Johns Hopkins. She wrote the first book in 1992 on the female heart. And until then, those who were students before that and studied heart disease in human would find in their books, in their atlas, usually men who were affected by a heart attack. This was considered a man's disease. So she was the first author of the first book. And she also established the first journal dedicated to sex and gender-specific medicine. The first textbook, huge textbook, 2 volumes, was published. She published that and edited that in 2006, and this year, this will be the 4th edition of this tremendous book. She's, and this is Podomo, in 2009, she helped us in Israel to establish the Israel Society of Sex and Gender Medicine, ISRAGEM, and she's the only and first honorable member. She has been recognized worldwide. There are a huge list of, next slide please, can I do that myself by the way, yes, of awards, and I have just picked a few just to pinpoint the very special issues. She was named the woman that makes a difference by the American Women's Medical Association, and she was named one of the 10 heroes in women's health by the American Health for Women movement. She's among the 21 leaders of the 21st century, according to Women's E-News. She received an outstanding, the award of Outstanding Woman in Science, and there is Marion J. Legato Gender Specific Medicine Award, which is given by the Meredith Public Company. Now, this is a list of her books for the general public, actually, except for the last one, Plasticity. I see I used the German keyboard. So it's Plasticity with a Y at the end of Sex, which was published in 2020 and received the Prose Award in 21 for the best book, Biomedical Sciences. And the books for the general public, this was my eye catcher, Eve's Rib. When I read that many years ago, that's when I got infected by this new science, and I even retired a little earlier from the chairmanship to devote more time to this topic. She's listed America's Top Doctors 14 years, and for 4 years in New York's magazine Top Doctors. She has still a very busy practice, and I regard it really, really as a privilege, Marianne, to count you between my very, very close friends and the close friends of my family. Thank you very much for making this happen.